All right. So we are live. Pull up my list.
Nope.
Were we supposed to add in TV to this one?
I sure hope not, because I have nothing.
Well, like, damn it! I could have saved that.
Well, we weren't live, so you can still talk about it.
We are live.
I mean, we weren't when he was talking about it.
Oh, true.
Watch comedians in cars getting coffee. It's good. Seinfeld. Where's that bass line at?
Big-a-doo.
Look at the bow. Bow, bow. Is that our intro song?
Scott Pilgrim?
Cut it off.
Okay.
Justin's mic is fucking. Tony's mic is fucking.
Someone's
I'm not.
I hear too.
I think it's Tony.
It's Brandon. Look at the little green. There it goes. I think
he unplugged it. Maybe not.
Is that better?
Yeah.
You're popping a little bit,
Wait,
but
were you able? No.
I heard.
I guess
Tony.
it was Brandon.
it was Brandon. Because no one was talking, this thing was still making like a bunch of green, like in this picture, you can see like little green dots when people talk.
What was it doing?
It's like popping and like sound like you were in a blender.
Yeah, I tell you.
Da-na-na.
What is up? What is up with microphones?
Jesus.
All right.
Good God.
Okay, did I still get my favorite albums?
Actually, technically,
No,
good.
nope. Just go. I'll say for next year.
Next year.
All right.
Welcome to this episode. Welcome to episode 33 of Same Person Radio.
Hey, it's episode 34, I think, right?
No.
So you just left the title music and look ahead?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I
We're
just
off
changed
to-
the number.
We're off to a good start, ladies and gentlemen.
Yikes.
All right, so I'm Justin. Everyone else introduce your fucking self.
He's Justin. He's Brandon. He's Tony. I'm Steven.
Hello.
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 I think it's episode 33. Justin has no idea. We're off to a fabulous start here.
It's not super important. It's an episode.
It is another episode. I mean, I'm the only one actually watching. We got another viewer. I think it's Josh.
Josh, welcome
No,
to
it
the
was
show.
me. No, I clicked on it on my TV.
So Tony put it on the TV so he can watch himself.
Well, I cut it off. So
I'll watch it. So then it looks like we have like 5 viewers. God.
Right? I am watching it. And we did get two thumbs up though. I don't know who did that. So
I didn't do that.
he didn't do that. All right. Either way, welcome everybody. SPR. This is going to be our comic book episode. It's going to be real short because we all buy. Well, not we all. I buy a lot of comics and I don't read them. And Tony buys a lot of comics and he doesn't read them. And Justin buys a lot of comics and he reads them. And Brandon doesn't. So
Brandon doesn't do anything apparently.
Aaron, your mic's gone. We can't hear you.
No, we can't.
I can hear him. Well, I mean, I can hear.
His shit's fucked. All right, so we're just gonna skip Brandon for now. Actually, we don't really even need Brandon. We're gonna get to the news. Good God. Did we have you back?
I don't know. Do we?
not through.
Yes,
your
you sound
headset.
weird.
Your mic.
Yeah, it's when it comes to the headset.
What the shit?
That is loud.
Train wreck. It's through a train wreck.
Maybe I should have took this week off.
All right,
Maybe I
it's
should.
just
Maybe we should have took this
Yeah, what the
episode off.
hell's going on here? Maybe my headphones are haunted or something. Like there's staticky.
Maybe that sabotage stuff worked.
Tubby's
Am I,
telling
am
me.
I
Maybe-
still not
maybe-
going through them, my headphones?
No, you're coming through your computer.
Man, maybe you got too much altered carbon in your laptop.
Jesus Christ.
A gift for me, please.
I don't have it. Do I have a gift?
Wait, you mean? You mean? God damn, it's
Okay.
not right there. You mean this gift that explains how my joke made you guys feel?
God damn it.
I have this one.
Oh man. that's about right.
All right, that's
Okay,
You are
Uh,
coming through your headphones now.
okay.
yeah.
I'll verify that for you.
Jeez Louise. All right. Now that we're friggin' we haven't even minutes we've been doing this and we haven't even introduced anybody. Good God.
You
All right.
introduced
Hasn't
us.
been that long.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's get to the news.
We're up to 3 viewers.
Yeah, I think Josh is watching now.
I'm one of them.
I'm also one, so that means Josh is probably the other one. All right, so Sunday was the Super Bowl. Yeah, Super Bowl. We also got some trailers for it was a teaser, kind of a 30-second trailer for Infinity War. We also got a teaser and a full trailer for Solo, and then we got the trailer today for Deadpool 2. So what do you guys?
And Jurassic World,
And Jurassic World. Any
Oh, yeah.
other ones that I missed?
It's really good.
Justin didn't put it on the list.
which I actually watched today finally.
You did. I
That
feel
is
like
actually
that one was,
that was pretty.
Yeah,
that
that
one was
one-
very.
That one I think was probably that one was probably the best, I would have to say, actually. Out of
I don't
all
know.
the
Okay, so just so we're clear, that kid, like that weird, like not the weird kid, not Chris Pratt, not
the kid with the curly hair.
oh god, what's her name now? Bryce Dallas. Yeah, that kid.
Yeah.
He's not dying, right? He's
No,
basically
he won't
living
die.
through the whole
Nah, I
thing. Right?
highly
Yeah.
doubt it.
Okay,
They won't kill a kid.
and they won't kill the comic relief.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, he ain't dying. But yeah, the Infinity War one got me hyped even more.
Yeah, that was good. The only reason I don't consider that the best one is because it was a
30
short
seconds.
teaser,
Yeah,
of.
just kind of, yeah.
Justin, what did you say about Jurassic World? You said that one you weren't so excited for that movie, but now you are after actually seeing
The last trailer we got for that one, I was just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, I'm going to go see it probably regardless, but I was just kind of like, it's fine. And then, like, this trailer, though, I was like, okay, now I want to see it. Like, I'm, like, hyped for it.
Yeah.
Also, what is it? Spider-Man, he's definitely gonna be on 2 of those like rotating things in the sky or whatever. Cause like he's clearly in his normal, like his original gear in that one scene when he's like in like way up in the air. But we've already seen a trailer where he's wearing the new suit and he's on another one.
That or like at one point he goes on it in space and then it comes like down or something like.
Yeah.
Like
No,
maybe
he's on 2 of them, Justin.
make it stop doing what he's doing, and that's why he's like out the window.
Maybe he's like that because he's fucking 3 miles in the air.
Yeah. I have a feeling like he's gonna like fall and then it's gonna like burn up in the atmosphere and then he'll have to wear the other suit or something like that.
That's
That's just a guess.
we're talking too much.
Yeah.
Do you want a theory? I had a theory.
Oh shit!
A very
Here we go.
okay. Let's see. The first one you see, he's in his normal costume.
Yeah.
The second time you see him, let's say, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill somebody. Somebody's dying, right?
I think so.
I say it's Iron Man, and I say,
I think
what if
that's it.
Iron Man has something built in his suit that when he dies, like it's just something, just pictures of the suit attaches to Spider-Man's costume. It makes it like the even though I know they have the suit for him, I know that. I'm saying like they might have flipped the scene. You never know where they.
Well, no, because
the
he's
order they
wearing
have stuff in.
wearing the new suit
Is it on
when
Earth
he's
when
with Doctor Strange in the other scene.
Damn. Well, never mind.
Yeah.
But they're gonna kill. I think they're gonna kill Iron Man because you see that hard Thanos punched him in that first trailer. Who gets up from that?
Yeah.
Also,
world star.
okay, so there's a couple things I want to point out. Did any of you see the fan theory about Captain Marvel?
Yes, about her
Okay.
walking behind
She's in there
Captain America.
somewhere?
Yeah, that she's walking behind Captain America in that one scene.
Yes, saw the theory. Don't believe
Yeah.
it.
I don't believe it either. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It'd be cool, but yeah, I don't believe it here. I actually think it might be Spider-Man. Like, it actually kind of looks like his new suit, like the gold on his new suit.
Or Wanda.
I think it's Wanda. I think it's her hair.
It looks like there's a it looks like there's a coattail on like by their feet too.
Yeah, you gotta look. If you look quickly between his legs, like someone slowed it down, you can see like some kind of
big Captain America penis. That's what you see.
And then the other thing I was gonna say is
it was Storm.
Yeah, Storm.
Okay, what the hell is the other thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah. So I don't know if you guys saw, but Robert Downey Jr. is planning to make a new trilogy of Dr. Dolittle trilogies.
What?
So a lot of people are thinking he's not gonna have time to be anymore.
That with Dr. Dolittle, like Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the animals?
Yes.
Yes, we talked to animals. I mean, I figured after these movies, he's been there he's the oldest one there, right? Yeah. So I mean, I figured after these, he's done. So
yeah,
he's on drugs again.
I could see something where like maybe he takes on more of a minor role, kind of like
kind of like he did in Spider-Man, where he was kind of like just there for like
like basically because he could probably fit in like a week or two of filming for like an Iron Man movie, and maybe they'll get like Riri Williams or something. But
yeah, but the only problem I have with that is like when the next big Avengers movie, or I guess Avengers 5 comes out and he's not dead. How do you explain him? Do they sign him to a contract and bring him back, or how do you explain him not being there helping?
What makes you think there's going to be an Avengers 5?
Well, why wouldn't there be? They've already got like plans for other movies after Avengers 4.
Oh, you're saying it might not, I get what Steven said. Like they might not make it. They might after Avengers 4. That's it for Avengers. But then the next team thing might be
it might be
Champions.
Else.
Yeah.
Or
the Ultimates, maybe.
Yeah, like it could be something like that.
I mean, what? Yeah, well,
Future Foundation.
Like any of the movies are numbered, and so they could always just change it. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like another team movie.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I mean, I'm sure one of the movies. I'm sure one of the movies will be numbered, with the number 4.
4.
I don't know. I was trying to make a Fantastic Four joke. Yeah. Next.
That failed about as hard as the other Fantastic Four movies.
Well, is this in the news too? Apparently, that might not even happen now.
Yeah,
it's a while off.
I don't know how, but apparently, like Comcast might outbid Disney for Fox, which I thought the deal is already in place.
Well, see, the deal's in place, but Disney has a bunch of legal hurdles that they have to do. So while the deal is finalized in like verbally finalized, it's not actually finalized yet. So
he's about to pull
Wait, Comcast has as much money as Disney?
Yeah.
I think Disney would just at that point be like,
I don't think Comcast has as much money. They clearly don't have as much money as Disney, but they could kind of throw like we're going almost all in on buying Fox, because if they do that, then they have Comcast.
Oh yeah. Because I say I can't see Disney being go all in.
No, Disney wouldn't have to go all in. Disney would have to be like, we're going to give you 5% of what our total is. And Comcast is like, we got
shit, and it's going to be enough to buy your little shit.
And then they'll just buy Comcast to buy Fox, and they'll just buy Comcast.
Right?
Well, yeah. If you remember last week with
Josh just said Disney then buys Comcast too.
Right. Then they would just own like half. Wait, because they'll own a third with Fox, right? And then if they get Comcast, they'll basically own like half of the entertainment world.
Pretty much. Because they would have actually they'd own 3/4 of the main 4. They would own NBC, CBS, or NBC, ABC, and Fox. And the only one left is CBS.
So guys, I'm sure when they found out, when Disney was like, hey, when they were like, hey, I think Comcast is trying to buy Fox, I'm sure Disney was probably just sitting there like, I'm sure they were just sitting there.
Have we all seen the Waldo? What the hell is it called? The Waldo effect or something like that in Black Mirror? What if like Mickey Mouse is like Waldo?
Jesus. True.
Jesus.
All of that for the first news topic. We are on topic.
Remember too, one last thing. Kevin Feige.
You can tell I've had 2 beers.
He said like he's not even planning and using any of those characters. Like they're not even part of his like plans right now.
Right.
Because it's so far out. So Like I'm wondering if it's like he's like, oh well, I'm gonna about this phase, and then maybe after this phase, if it's done by then.
I'm sure they have plans in place, like ideas of what they would like.
Right. I'm sure they're always trying to come up with something, but
right.
I mean, just like all this Star Wars shit. Like,
well, not yet. We're not at that part.
Okay, we'll get there.
Deadpool 2.
I mean, when they're gonna ruin Star Wars.
Well, so
wait till we get. Okay, no, just wait till we get there, man.
Yeah, wait till we get there. Deadpool 2. What are your thoughts on that trailer?
It was really funny, really good.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
What about the Solo trailer?
So, was that one of the ones that was like it was a teaser on the
cool?
And it told you to watch the full thing?
No,
or the full thing came out the day after.
The full thing came out the day after.
Okay, so I watched the full thing and it looks really good. Actually,
it looks cool.
Yeah,
Donald Glover looks pretty. I haven't seen a lot of people like, yeah, I'm kind of hyped just to see Donald Glover as Lando because he looks pretty. He looks pretty like legit.
Yeah,
a lot of people I've seen people like, man, I wish the movie was called Lando, not Solo.
Right? Honestly, like part of me I feel like he looks like what I would think of as like Childish Gambino.
Yeah, Childish Landino. Or whatever.
Yeah, like he's gonna drop an album wearing that gear.
He's gonna make a new album. Like his next one is he's gonna do a different genre now. And he's gonna do Star Wars music with the Cantina Band.
Good God.
No, but the only thing I didn't like, I don't know if I'm sold yet on the guy that's playing Han Solo. I saw someone do like a comparison of like young Harrison Ford and him, and it is actually pretty close. It just, I don't know. I guess I'll have to see it in the movie. But the movie looks cool. Like I like how it definitely seems different.
Yeah, it is funny. When I saw that trailer, I was like, everything looks really cool. But like when you show Han, like the guy who's Han Solo, I'm like, okay. But like everything else, like everything else, and excluding him, I was like, hey, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I think you'll just have to get past the fact that he doesn't really look like him, but I have a feeling he'll definitely be able to portray him pretty well.
They better hope so.
What's the slight tangent?
Here we go.
Hey, I miss half episodes. I can do.
Okay.
Has there been another movie where like a known actor, like a known character, has been played by a younger, not include Young Indiana Jones TV show? We don't count that. But like a major movie where like an actor's been like another actor has been playing an old established actor. Like has there any? Has there been any? I'm trying to.
Well, Chewbacca is played by a new younger person.
God damn it.
Technically,
like, has there any
in Hayden Christensen?
Okay.
Technically, but that's not
I mean,
like
Ben Affleck plays Christopher Reeve, but I guess that doesn't really count.
Wait, what?
What?
And yeah, like that. What's that movie where he literally plays as Christopher Reeve, and it's like his life during the making of the Superman movies.
Well, no, I mean like a character.
No,
like,
yeah, no,
this character is like the same thing. Like how they doing with Solo. Like Harrison Ford has always been Han Solo. Now we have a young guy taking his place.
I guess you could say like
I can't count the bad movies.
Class.
Yeah,
like, all the people.
Okay. Okay,
and then I mean,
it's a little bit different, but
like Apocalypse, where they introduced like the young Gene and Scott.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a rare thing, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, like honestly, I think the next big one will probably be whoever plays Logan next.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. They just hire Hugh Jackman again.
They should just hire Hugh Jackman. They should just do.
They should just find a cure, like somehow to reverse age him, and then just do that.
Well, I think
we did it with Robert Downey.
Yeah.
True.
If they can make Chris Evans look super duper small in Captain America, then they can make Hugh Jackman look a little younger.
And it made Johnny Depp look young in that newest Pirates movie, right?
Yeah.
For, like brief.
And then obviously Leia in Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy.
Although that was so bad.
That wasn't really.
Grandma Tarkin.
That was like another actor used, and they did that deep fake thing on Leia.
Yeah, man, they really put that technology to good use, didn't they?
Funny enough, you mentioned that. I was going to say,
hey,
someone said we're going to use that to put Harrison Ford's face in the whole entire Solo movie once it comes out.
Yeah, why didn't they do that?
It's still probably better graphics than what this fucking Super Bowl had when they were showing the players and like the stats.
What's wrong with?
I kept that. Me and Mark kept going like, is that like? What is that?
We were like, we assumed it was Madden, but it looks so bad.
It was like on like a bounce animation from Instagram or some shit. I was like, what is going on here?
It's like Madden 97 graphics that they had.
I was like, what is this, Madden 2005 with Ray Lewis in the cover? What's going on here?
Good guy.
Man, I will say younger actors are fucked. Like in like another like 10 plus years when like they really get this tech down, like shit, they're not gonna hire any young actors. They just get
Right.
they just like recreate older actors again. Young Bruce Willis, there we go.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Oh yeah, actually they kind of did that though with Looper.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Joseph
played.
Gordon.
Yeah.
Young Bruce Willis.
That's too much. Too much. All right. Next news topic. There's a new Crash Bandicoot rumored for 2019. Anybody interested?
If I had a PlayStation,
I mean, I like Crash, but okay.
like that was like the very first. No, actually, was it Jet Slalom was the very first game I ever played on PS or PlayStation, but like Crash Bandicoot was the first trilogy I ever played. So like that they definitely holds a place in my heart.
First technical, first PlayStation game I bought, Crash Bandicoot.
Too bad you don't have a friend or a roommate who has a PlayStation that could let you borrow it.
I know, right?
I ain't touching it when Spider-Man comes out.
Hey, those boulder dashes for the boulder escape levels were hard as shit, especially in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
That they were. Justin, I'm assuming you're not getting it because you don't have a PlayStation. So
Looks cool. Well, I shouldn't say looks cool because it's not actually, it's a rumor, but still looks cool.
Crash Bandicoot looks cool.
Didn't they say like it might come to Switch too? Didn't they rumor
Yeah,
like some of Crash is coming to Switch?
Yeah, they're gonna bring that
There you
supposedly that insane trilogy thing that they just had come out on PlayStation is supposedly going to the Switch.
Ooh.
Like it's,
Pretty cool.
I don't know if that's it was the same day I read this. I don't know if it's part of that whole rumor thing. 'Cause I think Activision owns Captain America. Yeah, they own
Yeah.
They should have like Uncharted Easter eggs in it.
Yeah.
'Cause it's still Crash is still made by Naughty Dog, right? No.
They made the originals.
Yeah, they made the original,
Yeah,
but
they made
Activision owns it now.
Oh, so
Call of
okay.
Duty.
Fun fact.
There'll be Destiny references.
Yeah. The ghost somewhere.
Fun fact.
He goes to the tower.
No, instead of the Umbadaga mask, it's a ghost.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
the speaker.
So
the new
fun fact
speaker's crashed.
What's your fun fact, Tony?
in Uncharted 4, there's a part in the game where, like Drake and his wife are like, oh, let's play this game. Let's see if you can beat my score. You actually play like the first level of Crash Bandicoot.
That's pretty cool.
In Uncharted 4.
Do you start from the bottom?
No, you start like the level where like you come in, you have to jump. Fuck, what's the level? I think it was when the boat was chasing you.
I was just curious if Drake started from the bottom.
God
That's what you were doing right away, but I decided just to say.
I still
like I didn't even care. I was like,
honestly, one of my favorite moments about that game is literally like I was watching Tony play, and he's like,
wait, which one?
Uncharted, right?
he's like in yes,
Oh, I know
Uncharted.
which one you're talking about.
Is this the second one
It's
or the
three.
third
It's
one?
three. It's three. It's
Three?
three. It's three.
So Tony's like in this like cavern or like cave or whatever, and it's got a hole opening, and it's Drake and then the older guy. I can't. Was it Sully?
Like his partner.
Yeah, like his partner are down there like trying to hide, and so like all of a sudden the bad guys kind of storm in, and they're supposed to be
they feel like
quiet.
smoke down.
And like Drake's like, shh, be quiet. And then like loud as shit, Sully's like, I can't see a goddamn thing down here. So you're supposed to
Feel
be
like the
quiet.
bag is like no smoke down. He's like, I can't see a goddamn thing down here. What the?
That's pretty hilarious. Pretty hilarious. Let's see. Next on the list. So we're going back to Star Wars. Justin didn't actually finish this thought in the note. All the note says is Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and DB Weiss. That's it.
Oh, because you wonder why? I was hanging out with Phoenix, and I must have got this. Oh no, dinner was ready. That's right. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
So the full thing is that the Game of Thrones showrunners are going to be doing some Star Wars movies that are not based on the Skywalker storyline or any of the new stuff, right?
Yeah, Ryan Johnson's new thing.
Yeah. So
Right.
Which
It was
So-
Old Republic again. Like you
Well,
get-
actually, like, so I got really hyped about this because, like, Screen Rant recently came out with an article talking about how like it's a legitimate possibility that this is what they're actually working on, is the Old Republic like trilogy or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
So like that would be really awesome if they did that. So, but I don't know. We'll see.
It's gonna be
Which one of you? Who was talking about like there being too much Star Wars? Just somebody in the group, one of the group chats.
Mhm.
I'm kind of there with Justin. Like
Really?
I feel like it. I feel like I think would you say just like they're trying to get their money, like somebody's like they're trying to get their money back, all the money they
I said they got to get that $4 billion back somehow.
like don't like I do remember somebody else was mentioning this, like don't you think at a certain point like we're gonna get like too much Star Wars, like at a certain point you give us too much of it, it does dilute it. And I think one of you said like the Marvel movies, but don't like the Marvel movies kind of like they kind of I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
like they do
yeah.
different like it's not
different
the
from
same
Marvel movies because like it can be different areas, different aspects, different different like.
There's just so many characters and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like
I guess
I think
Star Wars too, but
I mean, what we've had 4 movies in 5 years, or
I feel like
something
Or
like
is it
shorter
more
that.
than
that.
The Force Awakens was 20. I don't know.
15.
Did the movies come out 2
yes.
years apart or a year apart?
Yeah, it was The Force Awakens was 2015.
Rogue, and then 2017 was 8.
So 3 years ago.
Yeah. So in 3 years we've gotten 3 movies, and we'll get a 4th one this year.
So almost a movie a year.
no,
Basically.
well, no,
Yeah.
we've already had. Wait,
We've had three so far.
yeah, okay, 3, yeah.
It's 20 years so far.
Yeah.
My worry is that it's going to just get to be like I
It's
love
diluted.
Star Wars, but they also said they're like working on a couple shows. They actually said a few shows for that streaming service too. And it's like at some point it's gonna be
They
like
have games.
yeah, and then you have the games, and that's all canon, and they sell the comics, and all that's all fine. But like, I'm just worried there's gonna be they're gonna get to the point with Marvel where there's like 2 or 3 Star Wars movies a year, and it's like I kind of like Star Wars being like once a year, like a once a year event, right? Like early December is kind of cool.
And the thing with Star Wars, though, that's unlike Marvel is like you have the Force, you have Jedi, you have lightsabers, and then like you have Rebellion versus the Empire. Like that's really the story of Star Wars that we have, and no matter what you're looking at. Whereas with Marvel, like Brandon was kind of saying, like you have a Captain America who has his own storyline, you have Black Panther has his own storyline, you have Iron Man, so it's like different scenarios. Whereas this is all similar.
Yeah.
Solo looks like to be like the first movie that's actually going to break from that, like the Empire. I mean, Empire seems to be involved, but this Solo seems. It almost feels more like this kind of like a separate kind of like genre, almost kind of like what Marvel's doing with some of their other stuff too.
Well,
It's
what I feel like it kind of goes back to reasoning behind like the Game of Thrones showrunners doing Knights of the Old Republic is like. They kind of it doesn't necessarily have to be the Republic versus Sith in that one. You can actually have like a power struggle with the Mandalorians too and stuff like that because that is mentioned. I think that's actually what causes the beginning of the first Knights of the Old Republic.
yes, it's the Mandalorian War.
Yeah, so like you can go into that a little more, and I mean obviously they're pretty good at handling different like hands of power competing against each other.
They literally have a show called Game of Thrones. So.
Exactly. So, and then like with what's his name, Ryan Johnson's trilogy, that'll be, I'm assuming, what comes after the current trilogy, and they can probably expand on, or maybe it's even far in the future where they can kind of he can make up his own shit, and there'll be new powers introduced or new, like factions, new. Like governments, I don't know. So I mean, I can see it like you guys are saying, like getting stale, but I can also see them trying to find fresh ways to make it or to make it fresh, I guess, or new ways.
So you don't think it's you don't think it's diluting it at all? Like, I just really prior to Disney buying anything, like we only had like 6 movies in the span of like what 30? When did the first Star Wars come out? Like 77?
Like 25 years.
Yeah.
It's like a good 25 years gap, and like even say what you will about the prequels, like when those came out, granted because they're so spaced apart, like those are a big deal, like because we don't get that much Star Wars, but like at this point, like you said, we're about to finish one trilogy now. There's gonna be another trilogy, and then you have the guys from Game of Thrones. They're making another thing, and then you have
Yeah,
part of the games doing a thing.
The other thing
like,
is, like, we don't even know when that trilogy for the Game of Thrones show version is going to start, because I mean they still have to finish Game of Thrones before they do anything, and that probably won't be done till like I guess like till close to when the like the final few episodes of Game of Thrones are actually done.
Here's the
I'm
bottom
sure,
line.
but at that point, okay.
The bottom line is we're still going to see the movies. I'm still going to see the Star Wars movies, no matter when they come out.
I have still not seen Last Jedi.
You're the only one. You fucked
Actually, side note. I looked today. I think tomorrow is the last day that they showed Last Jedi in the theaters. Cause I looked, I was like, oh, let me look on Fandango.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's still like I think in Annapolis it's still there. I think in Hoffman. And after tomorrow, they don't like. I looked on Friday, they don't have it. I might go tomorrow morning, like 11. I might go just to. I might, but go ahead, Steve. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was my bottom line. That we're still going to see it. So
I'm fine with them doing this if absolutely, they didn't buy the rights to Star Wars for just to let it go dormant. But as long as they keep it stretched out, I guess they could technically still do that. But I also want these movies like Rogue One and movies like Solo and stuff. So as long as they like space it out and it doesn't become a thing where it's like, oh, there's like 2 or 3 in 9-month span, then it's like, okay, I'm fine with it. I just don't want them to like do too many in a row and then it just kind of gets old, like not old, but just not, like he said, like diluted. Like it's just like, it's not, like I said, I like that there's like one Star Wars movie a year.
Yeah. I'm not as worried about the like TV shows and video games either, just because that's just a select crowd that, you're only going to be pandering to for the most part. That's not going to be like the mass that appeal that a movie would get.
Let me ask you a question.
Here we go.
Let me ask. So the first question is more for Steven. I don't know if Brandon or Justin plays this game. The second one's for all 3 of you. Okay, Steven, you play Madden. Do you play Madden every year when it comes out? How does it feel like when a new Madden comes out? Do you like, oh man, a Madden's coming out? He's like, okay, it's Madden.
I get excited, and then once I start playing it and realize that they fucked me over again, I get sad.
How do you feel like?
But I go.
How do you feel like if there was
to play it?
How hyped would you be if, like, let's say this year they stopped? This was like, okay, 2018 last Madden, and then like maybe 3 years from now we're bringing Madden back.
Oh, I'd be hyped. I'd be super hyped.
You'd be real hyped.
Yeah.
Okay, for all 3 of you, what if they release a Destiny? Well, I guess they do. I guess they have the expansion. Like, what if they legit released a new Destiny every year?
Well, they probably
like kind of like a Madden
this time. So.
Like, would you be? Well, I guess that's. Okay, I guess it don't matter because the expansion. I can't. I guess that doesn't work because
the Madden thing is different because it's like they really don't add much to the game.
There's not really much they can either.
Like, but with like a movie, like, I mean, if it's the right director and the right story, like it can feel fresh every single time.
I got an analogy.
Okay.
Think about Assassin's Creed. They were doing one of those every year.
That's
and
then they stopped. And then this last one that came out might be the best one so far from what I hear. I haven't played it obviously, so but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think there is something to like not overdoing, like just going too crazy with stuff like that. Because I mean, you can, but you also have to put breaks in there because depends how they do it. Because Call of Duty is another thing. I haven't played the last 2, so I don't know if they're any better, but they added a 3rd team to that cycle so that each team got at least like 2.5 years of development time on each Call of Duty. So there's like 3, like Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and then Sledgehammer are the 3 games people that make Call of Duty, basically under Activision. So, but they're on like a rotating schedule. Before, it was really like the same 2 companies, like boop, 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 back and forth. So they added it because they realized, okay, we need to give these people more time because it's starting to be the same game every damn time. So
yeah.
Not that that'd be the issue with Star Wars necessarily, but
right. I mean, yeah.
Because it seems like they have different teams doing different things, and I am happy that Disney's giving like some of the stuff out and like okay.
I'm trying to think. Because there's no more like really spin-offs or anything like that pertaining to the original trilogy after Solo, right?
I don't. Obi-Wan.
To my knowledge,
that's not it. That wasn't confirmed.
Is that legit?
Are you sure?
I thought I'm pretty sure it wasn't confirmed. No, it's not confirmed. Obi-Wan and Boba Fett were rumored ones. I don't think
Boba Fett,
were
that one I
confirmed.
know, but Obi-Wan I thought they confirmed.
No.
Are you sure? Because I'm seeing right here it says Obi-Wan.
I can type in Obi-Wan in Google too, and it can show up.
His name is confirmed. Obi-Wan.
Yes, right here. Obi-Wan Kenobi or Obi-Wan Star Wars film in the works.
What site?
As of when?
Hollywood Reporter.
As of when?
Last August.
Damn, Steven wants sources.
That's
He
a
want
lie.
goddamn sources.
Last
Stephen
August.
Daldry is in early talks for the pick, which would center on this Jedi Master who has been played by both Alec. Yeah. Sources say the talks are the early stages and the project has no script. So yeah, basically it's something that they're thinking about though, at least. It's not maybe
I'm sure they're thinking about a lot of their.
Well, my point is that so I mean, if they don't do anything, it'll literally just be the new trilogies. Like, so they could just do one after the other or something like that, and they can still possibly just do it once a year or one a year, and then just alternate years or something like that.
Liam Neeson said he wants to return as Qui-Gon in an Obi-Wan movie. Bottom line, we're going to go see all of the Star Wars stuff when it comes out anyway, except for Tony, because he doesn't see shit. So
yeah, we should
I'll
spend
see it on
20
Blu-ray.
minutes on.
I know we just spent 20 minutes on that. All
right
let's-
here. Obi-Wan Kenobi spin-off film to start shooting in 2019.
I can't see shit.
Somebody's mic, Brandon, your mic's fucking up again.
Brandon, your mic's fucking.
Wait. Yep, it's just
Wait.
fucking.
I'm gonna mute. I love I can just hear him upstairs talking.
All right, let's move on. The next news topic.
Still in the news.
Yeah, we're still in the news. We have 2 more things to go. Well, one kind of leads into the comic.
Yeah.
John Krasinski is going to voice the Peter Parker in the new Spider-Man animated movie, and they also got Tom Hardy to voice Venom, who he is also playing Venom in the real life movie.
That's cool.
So,
I didn't see that part.
yeah.
Is he gonna do it in his brain voice? I can't do it.
Brandon, are you back?
I can't hear you, Brandon. Yeah, you can't.
I don't even know what a Bane is.
Just talk like brother. It must be one of the other brother.
Am I here? Am I there?
There you go. Brandon, what do you think of John Krasinski and Tom Hardy as voices in the Peter Parker? I mean, in the Spider-Man animated movie.
I like it. I mean, because you think of when you you still think of John Krasinski as Jim, who's like he's
Jim
like
Halpert.
But the thing is, it's like he's kind of like a Peter, like an older Peter Parker, because he's goofy and makes jokes all the time, and so I mean, like it makes sense because he's probably going to be an older version of Peter Parker in the movie.
This is true.
And then the other thing, Tom Hardy, it just makes sense.
Damn, Tony is laughing.
Why?
I wait.
Okay, also, I don't know if we mentioned this, but Venom gets a trailer dropped tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yes, brother.
God.
Sign up. Have any of you seen the video of Tom Hardy? Like he has like he has something on his face. He's doing a Bane voice like to his dog, and like it pans over to the dog, and the dog is just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, get the fuck out of here.
All right. So last news story, which will lead us into our actual topic.
Wait,
Brian Michael Bendis is taking over Superman Action Comics and is also writing a mini series called Man of Steel. Also, Superman and Action Comics moving back to once a month instead of twice a month.
All right.
Good. Good to go.
I hope they do that with
blast.
everything that's twice a month, personally.
I haven't read Superman in a while, but maybe I'll give it a try once he starts.
Yeah.
It's good. What I've read, what I got up to is good.
I feel like I feel like it was like where the writers for it now were really dealt a shit like hand, just because they had to deal with all the convoluted shit of merging him with the New 52 Superman and the Rebirth Superman. Like, so and they had to like, I mean, from what I've read, they did a pretty decent job, but like, it's like they had to deal with all that shit instead of just dealing with like probably what they wanted to actually write. So, but
And Bendis is just like, hey, they're just like, here you go.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah. And then Bendis is spoon fed like a perfectly ready Superman that can have any story he wants.
Good old
I'm
Bendis.
pretty hyped.
Yeah. Isn't he supposed to get his new old costume back too with the
red underwear.
The red trunks, yeah.
Because I forget if it's next month or the month after, but Action Comics 1000 comes out, and he's gonna actually that's his
1000.
debut for DC.
That'd be a
Do
good
you
one.
like that or not like that?
I'm fine with it. I mean,
Yeah. The underwear.
You don't like
It's
underwear?
Captain Underpants.
I don't like underwear. All right. Speaking of that, let's move into our actual discussion of comics. 2017 in comics. So, Brandon, what were some of your favorite comics and comic arcs from 2017?
Let's see. I just kind of named off some of the comics. I didn't really, well, except for Secret Empire. That was the only probably arc that I actually included in here. Most of the current run of and up to now, like for Doctor Strange, is actually still really good. I mean, I really liked Jason Aaron's run. Really got me back into Doctor Strange, but that was 2016. But the writers who took his place still kind of they kept the theme of like magic comes with a price, and that's worked really well with Doctor Strange going forward. And then there's Moon Knight, which I don't, if any of you don't really know what the character is, he's basically like a crazy version of Batman, only he wears all white because he wants to be able to see his enemy. He wants his enemies to be able to see him coming, and know, like, still be afraid or whatever. And like they're kind of making him a little more grounded, dwelling in his like personas more than anything, and like the use of what is the character's name? I can't remember the character, but the god that gives him his powers. They really like kind of use him pretty well in most of the comics now. And then there's I guess this is an arc, the Unworthy Thor, because I think that was only like 4 or 5 issues. I thought that was really good. And it, obviously it told you why Thor was unworthy, and his little journey to not necessarily becoming worthy, but like accepting his state now and stuff like that. And then Mighty Thor, which is really good. Like, and Jane as Thor is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd love to see Natalie Portman as Thor. That it? That's
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're silent again.
All right, so we're gonna move on to Tony for his favorite comics and comic arcs of
What?
2017.
Oh shit, it's me now. Okay. I'm just gonna say off the bat, even though I haven't been caught up. Batman is probably the greatest comic of the year. So just gonna say it regardless. Don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. But no, of all seriousness, I wouldn't give a shout out to Doomsday Clock. It's been very good. Metal, which has been very good. I got caught up today, even though some of it has come out this year. That's been very good. I always think the team of Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, they're fantastic. I think they have probably been the best DC creative team in the last 10 years.
Ooh.
Since I've been which has been a decade. Since I've been reading it.
They've
been the best.
Isn't that when he
team
started
they've had.
Batman?
That DC's 10 years. Wait, who? Wait, me?
Oh,
Or-
Snyder.
No, it hasn't been 10 years. It's like 5 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah,
It is 2018, so I don't know exactly.
Yeah, Brent. They started when New 52 came out. I think it was like 2013, 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think they have been
okay.
the best.
Maybe I'm right because he did Detective Comics before that, so technically
That was still. Actually, you might. Fuck. Because I know Grant Morrison, when I started reading, Grant Morrison was writing Batman. And somebody else was writing Detective, and then Scott Snyder did come on. So it could have been close to 10 years. Actually, it might. Oh, fuck, you might be right. Anyway. That's been pretty good. Shit, I'm trying to look through what I got now just to see. Mr. Miracle, I haven't caught up to it fully. That's been pretty good. He's a part of like all the New God stuff, which everybody knows I love Darkseid, which is he is a New God technically. That's been pretty good. This one book I've read, I haven't caught up. I'm going to stuff I haven't caught up on yet. Batman White Knight, where basically Batman is the bad guy and the Joker is the good guy. I've read like the first 2 issues of it. That's been pretty good. That is really it. And I think DC in general has just been doing a good job. They've been very consistent with their bi-weekly stuff. The output has been very, very good. And I'll get to the other company soon with the other part of this, which is not negative. It's not negative.
No, he said it was like so ominous.
I know, right?
I'll get to the other company later. Like,
I'll get to the other one.
Dun dun dun. All right, Justin, your favorite comics from 2017.
All right, let me pull out my list. That's good.
So the Marvel, you do have a list.
Right.
Marvel,
need a cup of coffee.
The Marvel Legacy one shot that was really, really good. X-Men Blue, like I've heard a lot of people say that X-Men Gold is better, but I don't really agree. Maybe it's just because I just like the old school characters more, so that might be part of it. Like Tony said, Doomsday Clock and Metal have both been very good events, as was Secret Empire. That's another one where I heard people say like it was like too slow, or like they just like a lot of people like I don't know. At least on like the comic books Reddit, they talk about it like as if it was like really bad. And like I read that like plus all like a lot of the tie-ins, not all of them, but like I'd say maybe 60% of the tie-ins, and I was like, I don't see what people didn't like about this. Like I couldn't stop reading it. It was so good. So, and then my top 2 though, number 2 would be the Flash series currently going on, written by Joshua Williamson. It's just I just really like it. He's just kind of reminds me of Spider-Man Brand New Day a little bit, where it's like it's he has like almost like a double life, and it's like just the whole thing of it. And he's kind of still kind of young-ish, but like I don't know, it's just like that because then he also intermingles with like Kid Flash, and then the Button storyline was another good storyline with Flash, which also was Batman, and Batman by Tom King is my number 1. War of Jokes and Riddles was probably my favorite storyline of the year. That or Running Scared with Flash, but the Button was really good. I mean, like everything, every book. I think oh, there's gonna be like I'm just waiting for like a book that's like oh, it's not as good as the rest, but they're always just like consistently good. Like it's really kind of like I'm like part of me is like because I started writing comics by reading Batman, the Scott Snyder New 52 stuff. And then like I'm reading this, I'm like, I don't know what I like better. Like if they did a really good job of replacing Scott Snyder in the main Batman series. Because Tom King's just done a really good job.
Is that all of your list?
Yeah, I could add a bunch more, but I tried to keep it like.
I feel like everything you read, you feel was good.
There's one other thing I wanted to mention, but I haven't read it yet.
I've
heard it's really good, and that's X-Men Grand Design. But I'm intending to read it, but I wanted to get caught up on all the like regular stuff, not the special.
Is that the one that's like the history of the X-Men?
Yeah, that I heard was like really good, but I just haven't. I'm trying to get caught up to like.
I thought that was 2018, like it came out this year.
No, it came out December. Well, the first one came out in December. The second part of it came out, I think, like the first week in January.
Oh, I remember they tried to get me to buy it, but I buy too many comics and don't read them now. So, so that's why my favorites was Secret Empire, because that's really the only arc that I read. So that's cool. I did read The God Butcher, but that was obviously not 2017.
Yeah.
Frostbite was 2016, so also read that last year. But either way, all right. So then, oh shit, Brandon's shit's fucked up again.
Damn it.
I like I heard him stomp his feet upstairs.
It's all fucked up.
All right, so Tony, what are you looking forward to for this upcoming year in comics?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming through your computer.
Yeah.
Is it like terrible quality? Because I might just do this.
It's not
loud.
the worst.
Well,
It's fine.
I mean,
Justin, can you turn him down?
It's fine.
Yeah, I can turn him down.
Yeah.
Turn him down. He's a little loud.
Hold on. Control room.
Can you hear us though?
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, cool. All right, so Tony, what are you looking forward to this year?
So what I'm looking forward to kind of goes into with like my. I guess wait, did we do a disappoint? Are we gonna do what like the disappointments or whatever? What are we?
Yeah,
Or
I
we just
mean,
doing what we're looking
Yeah, if you want
forward
to do disappointments, we can. We did. It wasn't on the list, but you can do disappointments if you
to?
have
Okay.
one.
Well, these two kind of blending together. I think I mentioned this before. I'm just kind of hoping that Marvel kind of goes. They kind of do the rebirth. They go down the rebirth line of like. I can feel like they're kind of getting there now with like getting everybody back to where they are. You know, like the basis of like let's have Thor. I mean, I love Jason Aaron. I love Jane as Thor, but like I want Thor as Thor. I want Tony Stark, Iron Man. I know Captain America right now. He is normal. Yeah, because I think Captain
yes.
America's the only Marvel one I get now. Like he's back to being Steve Rogers Captain America. Like I want the uncanny. I want uncanny X-Men. That's what I really want. I just want uncanny X-Men. That's give me that. I'll be happy. I know we
You
have the gold,
You don't want the
silver,
red, the
blue,
gold,
yellow, pink,
the rainbow X-Men.
black and yellow, black and yellow. No, I just give me fucking uncanny X-Men. And like I want Fantastic Four back. And I feel like they're slow. I feel like they're trying to get there.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. But
We'll see. What
I just
happens
hope they
with-
kind of get
Yeah. You're right.
Comcast.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they're gonna have an event pretty soon involving them, especially, or at least the kids, especially because of Rebirth, or not Rebirth, Legacies
Yep.
issue.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
That's actually what
Yeah,
Infinity
but
Countdown is, and then it turns into Infinity Watch in the summer.
Right.
Yeah. Like I just kind of want them to go back to basics.
Happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to go back to basics. I feel like DC kind of did that.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's paid off because I always when I listen to like podcasts and I hear like read online, like a lot of people they just want like we just want the way things were, or like think how you just want things to be normal. And people always say like I think why people like I've always seen like people like the movies a lot. I think no one podcast I watched with one podcast I was listening to, the guys were saying like how the reason they like the movies so much is that the movies are kind of how they wish the comics were. Because the movies are very like Tony Stark, like it's very like these are the core, these are who they are, this is what the characters are. Like, and they kind of wish the comics were like that. We're like they feel like, and I feel like the comics are trying to be more like we're diverse. We have women in these roles. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. Like, they're trying to like we're gonna take this established character and make them something else. But a lot of your base doesn't want that, and it's not because they don't like any of that stuff. It's just that there's a pocket for that kind of stuff. But then when the main money and like what people want to be is like we want our characters the way we know them to be.
Mm-hmm. It's funny you say that because like I think it was.
And it could be that way because I haven't read. It could be that way because like
I think it was during Comic-Con or something like that. Like Marvel like came out and was like, yeah, we're struggling this year, and they kind of blamed like the whole diversity and stuff like that on them. And like that's basically what you're saying is like it might have struggled because of that. Not necessarily that's a bad thing, but everyone shit on them for saying that, even though they kind of might be right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and see that's the thing that kind of sucks because like they kind of in a damn if you do, damn if you don't, because they're like, no, we're just gonna keep all of our characters the way they were. We're not gonna try to diversify. People shit on them for that, but then like I always read online, like when you look at sales of stuff, people don't buy. Like when they have all the diverse characters, they have all they try something new. And this is for DC too. Like when DC tries like, we're gonna have like these weird characters, we're gonna do this. Like those don't sell as well as like Batman, Superman, Uncanny X-Men, Amazing Spider-Man, and like I think technically Amazing Spider-Man is like the most like true to form. Like it's Amazing Spider-Man. Like they haven't. I mean, I'm sure they diverge in the story, but like it's always Amazing Spider-Man. And like I think Amazing Spider-Man like they're one of their top selling comics because it's
I mean, it's
Peter Parker.
They tried to put Miles spotlight a lot with like Civil War 2, and then like he's like a main cog in like Champions, and then he also has now he's in the main universe and he has his own comic still. But yeah, like I think they definitely knew not to fuck with like Amazing Spider-Man.
Let's just be
Yes,
thankful
'cause-
that Marvel didn't try to make a white Black Panther, like a South African white. It'd be a Black Panther, but he's a white South African. Like that's
the White Panther.
yes, no, he's still the Black Panther, but
Jesus
he's a white guy.
Christ.
That's what
Do you know the shit they would have
I
gotten?
know.
for that?
That's
They would have gotten real big shit.
Wakanda would have went to war with the United States. It's
Right.
not even real.
Jesus. But no, like kind of what Brandon was saying. Like, if I'm sure if they would have made Amazing, if they would have turned Amazing Spider-Man to like Miles Morales, like if Amazing Spider-Man the book was Miles Morales, I'm sure it would not sell as well because everybody knows Amazing Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and that's the way. I mean, it's not, and I'm not saying like I think I had a discussion with a friend of ours who's very like. I'm not gonna say their name, like who's very like, we need diversity and this, but I'm like, they like, I don't like that. I think the person said that they don't like that all these characters are white men, and I'm like, I get that, I understand that, and I'm cool with that. I'm not cool with that, but you know, I understand what you're saying, but like, I am for like, Bruce Wayne was created as Bruce Wayne. That's who he is. Like
Right.
he's this white rich guy. That's just who he is. Oh, like okay, a better example is Green Lantern. Like I am fine. Like Hal Jordan is Hal Jordan. I don't need you to make a black Hal Jordan. You make John Stewart. You make your.
Yeah.
I'm not cool. I'm comfortable. If I want you, don't make this established character. Don't make Bruce Wayne black. Don't make Hal Jordan black. Don't make Peter Parker black.
yeah.
Make this new character. Make this character and establish him as who he is. Make John Stewart. Don't make Hal Jordan.
Right. And then don't get rid of the old character. Because that's Marvel has done that, but then they've gotten rid of the old character. Like, are the old characters like not the main character anymore?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like DC has been like, okay, so now here's this character, but the character you love is still here. They're just an accessory to this character.
This is like a supplement to this character, but they're their own character. Like,
Green
but it's
Lantern.
weird because Marvel is trying to do it. Marvel is technically. I feel like they are kind of trying. Like Riri Williams, they trying to make her own thing.
Yeah,
Like, they
'cause
like
she's
they-
Iron
but,
Heart.
like-
The problem with Riri is they did it in Iron Man. Like,
Yeah, they made her
They
invincible
didn't get-
Iron Man.
yeah,
And
like
now-
she's Ironheart, but like
Yeah.
but it's Invincible Iron Man's comic that's focusing on her.
Yeah.
Right. She should just have a
Mhm,
comic
mhm.
called Ironheart.
And now the Invincible Iron Man comic is back to Tony Stark.
So Tony, I have a question for you though. What if
Oh,
Denzel
God.
Washington played Bruce Wayne?
What the fuck would Denzel Washington?
Diversity
That
casting, Tony.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think like it's so like I'm so used to Bruce. Like I'm so like
What if Morgan
Everywhere-
Freeman was Alfred?
that's people.
You don't even know.
Batman had to be black. Bruce Wayne had to be black. He had to be black for that. I
That's what
can't
I'm
take.
saying. Denzel Washington would be Bruce Wayne, and then Morgan Freeman would be Alfred.
how about no? I don't know if you can take him as seriously, but I was saying Will Smith. He's a little younger, right?
I thought about that for a second. No. But it's funny because Will Smith plays Deathstroke. I mean, not Deadshot. Deadshot is a white
Sorry, yeah.
man,
Yeah.
but he's not. But he's not like a top. No offense. He's not like a top tier. I don't know. I don't.
Plus, he wears a mask.
I don't know. I don't know how John Stewart. I don't know how John Stewart. Like he works so well. Like when you think of Green Lanterns, I guess maybe because how they're structured, they're cops. So like there's more than one of them, so you can make a different.
When
like,
I think of
John
Green
Stewart
Lantern, I think of a black guy. That's what I think
because
of.
of
when I
the
think of Green
cartoon, because of
Yeah.
the Justice League cartoon.
Lantern. Yes.
Yeah,
So I
Which
think
is
of- I think
weird,
of-
but then-
yeah.
but I don't know why it doesn't work with anything else for some reason.
I think it's because
I
Or
guess
like why that
because
doesn't translate.
they've established John Stewart and they've established Hal Jordan, whereas now they're just trying to like,
Coexist. Mhm.
yeah, they can coexist. Whereas now they didn't really do a good job, like with Riri Williams and Tony Stark. They didn't really do a good job at setting her up. They just kind of threw her in the Iron Man spotlight. So it was like she's Iron Man, and then that was
Right, and like I think, and even though I said that like it would never work for having Miles and Amazing, like I actually really like Miles' his character, and I think they work together pretty well. As like, it is weird calling them both Spider-Man. Like I kind of wish they had different names, but
Spider
He's
Man.
as close as John Stewart. He is a close, like he is the closest they can get to a John Stewart to
Yeah.
Hal Jordan.
yeah,
Like they're
That
both
one's really true, right?
like they're separate. They both have the Spider-Man name, but they have their own separate identity enough. So, but Brandon, how would you feel? Like, how would you feel if like they were like, okay, Amazing Spider-Man, we're getting rid of Peter altogether, even though like, they kind of did an Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, if they're like, all right, it's just Miles now. Peter Parker, we're gonna cut him out for like, let's say a decade. Like, you would never. Yes, Peter's gone. It's just Miles now. Peter Parker is gone.
He's gone.
He gone.
No mention
I don't know. Honestly,
like they just
it's hard
like
to
no
think
Mary
about.
Jane. Like,
To be
they're
perfectly
just so
honest,
used to him.
like in even like it was easier to handle in Ultimate, and well, for one, I really like Miles as a character, and two, because it's Ultimate Universe, like I knew it wasn't really happening in the main universe when Peter
This ain't
died,
real.
so it wasn't as hard for me. But I did still have a little bit of a problem with it, just like him not being the Spider-Man. The other problem I have with the Ultimate Universe is literally like that entire span is like 1 year. Like he died at the age of 16, I think.
Oh.
So it's kind of weird, but
let's not forget that there's also a Black Captain America too.
Yeah, actually, I think technically the first Captain America is technically black. Like Steve Rogers is not technically the first. Wait, Steve, are you talking about Sam Wilson? Are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about Falcon.
Do you know? Do you know technically there's a can't remember reading it. One comic I had. There's technically a black Captain America before Steve Rogers.
Really?
Like I guess he was I think he has some traces of the Super Soldier too. Like something happened. Like he's like a failed Captain America.
Isaiah Bradley.
I think he's like technically before Steve
What's the
Rogers.
name of the Patriot?
Hmm?
Who's the Patriot?
The Iron Patriot. Oh,
Like,
I'm thinking. I don't know. I thought Iron Patriot too.
Huh? There's like a young black kid that's also like kind of like Captain America inspired. Chris Warren's name was the Patriot. I thought his name was Isaiah.
You talking about Eli Bradley? Rayshawn Lucas?
I don't know. Patriot Marvel.
I see Jeffrey Mace. I don't see.
Yeah, here it is. He's in a Young Avengers #1. His
Oh, I know. Oh, okay. Wait.
Yeah.
Elijah
I was
Bradley?
gonna say, Brand. I think the book's over there somewhere. I think because there's a black Captain America. Yeah. But he's not Captain. Well, he's like he wears the
I mean, he's like I said, he's Captain America inspired, but he's called Patriot or not the Patriot, just Patriot.
Oh, I know how you guys feel about Patriots right now. Football talk.
Football.
Spirits.
Street beer.
But no, to kind of wrap the whole that I guess we kind of went on a tangent.
Yeah,
But no, I just wish Marvel goes. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was good. It was a good.
Who's name for our next
I just wish
podcast?
Marvel goes back to their basic. Yeah. Tony on a tangent.
Tony on a tangent.
But no, I just wrap this up. I just wish they go back to basics. I feel like if they like, you know, people say keep it simple, just keep it simple, stupid. Like they just got to keep it like they don't have to complicate it.
Marvel needs to kiss.
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems like they're trying to get somewhat back to that, but they want to still be somewhat diverse. Like, actually, I think the best example of that actually working was Miss Marvel. Like Kamala Khan is a really, really good character.
Yeah,
but that works because like it's like what's her name? She's Captain Marvel now. It's it's not two different. It's not two different people using the same alias or something like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, another good. Ooh, man, I just thought of a good topic. Like, what's the newest character? I guess Miles. I guess Miles kind of. Like, what's the newest creative character that's like been successful? I can only think of like 2.
Let's save that.
Well,
Let's save that for another topic.
That should be a good topic.
Yeah. Looking forward to this year. We basically talked about the Infinity storyline, and then X-Men Red. I am looking forward to for that, and that's all I got. Brandon, you had one, and Justin's going to clean up.
Yeah. So I mean, you mentioned X-Men Red. I am actually kind of excited for that one. Another one I just added is like because I think the Death of Thor is coming out this
This motherfucker.
Or soon, I believe. I could be behind. I don't know if that's already come out or not.
When Legacy started, that storyline started.
Yeah, well, I meant like just the ending and how it like that's something I'm curious to see
I
how
want to
that
say it's
ends.
April is the end of that.
Okay, yeah, it's because like I'm assuming that's actually kind of like panders to Tony because I don't know if Jane's actually gonna die, but I'm assuming that Thor will actually return.
She's been dying for 8 years. This woman has been dying for been dying for 50 years.
And then obviously the main thing I'm excited for is whoever the new writer for Spider-Man is.
You got it.
Wait, they haven't announced. They haven't announced. Wait, they only said Dan Slott's doing Iron Man, right? They haven't announced a new person, right?
No,
Correct.
yeah, Dan Slott is moving over to Iron Man, and then
Hey Brandon,
yeah,
let me
I'm assuming it's
hey
going
Brandon,
to.
let me tease you. Let me tease you a little bit. What if after all this Thor stuff is done, Jason Aaron writes Spider-Man?
I knew it was coming.
Yep.
God damn it.
I would buy Spider-Man again.
I think I've already talked about this.
Now Brandon has to go clean himself up, Tony. Thank you.
Like I think I've already talked about this. It may in one of the chats, but like that is definitely my dream hire for that writer position. Like I feel like Jason Aaron would be perfect for that, especially if maybe not so much like if you're kind of reading his more current stuff like the Thor arcs or the Doctor Strange arcs because they get a little bit darker and a little more serious. But like if you go back to like his arc with Wolverine and the X-Men, like
that's good.
You'll
That's
see
fantastic.
how perfect he is for like Spider-Man. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. Another dream job, or I get not cast, but hire. No, he's not even with them anymore. Is Matt Fraction?
Oh,
Matt Fraction. Like because he got me into Hawkeye. Like that, his whole like sport arc and his run with Hawkeye was really, really good. It was really funny and heartfelt at the same time. So, and that's like exactly what you need with Spider-Man. After that, maybe although I guess he's still writing Captain America, but Steve Young, is that its name?
Steve. God, wait, the book's right here. Fuck. Wait, the guy who's been writing it.
He did Secret Empire.
He did Secret Empire. Oh God,
Yeah.
why can't I?
No.
Nope. Steve, wait, here it is.
Nick Spencer.
Oh wait. Oh shit. No, Mark. I forgot Mark Waid is writing Captain America now.
I say Mark Waid's writing.
Nick
Captain
Spencer.
Nick
Nick Spencer.
Spencer. Wait, is that
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Spencer's
on
the
the
guy who
Captain
did-
America Secret Empire. If that's what you're thinking
I
about.
don't. Okay, yeah, but yeah.
You
So
wait, did you say
he's the
Secret
one
first?
he's the
Brandon?
one that did like. He started Hydra, Cap, and then did Secret Empire, right?
Yes.
So he also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but he also wrote what the hell is it? Like the Superior Foes of Spider-Man or something like that.
I heard that was pretty good.
That way, it's reminiscent of like what Matt Fraction did with Hawkeye, and it actually focused on a C-list Spider-Man like characters, and he made them really relatable and funny, and like it was almost like a comic version of Ocean's 11, but the characters are a little less or morally ambiguous, or I guess I should say more so. Like they're more on the bad side than the good side. So I think he actually would be a pretty good like hire for that too. But like I said, I think most likely it's probably going to be the writer who's doing Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Charles Soule.
Yeah. Like he's actually doing a really good job with that that comic, and like the reason why I think that's happening is because like it's almost like they're using that as like a prerequisite almost, or not prerequisite, but like a kind of like a buffer to see how well he does as a Spider-Man writer first, and because it kind of reminds me of Snyder doing Detective Comics before he moved on to the main Batman. So,
fun fact.
It's Chip Zdarsky. I was wrong.
Fun fact. No, fun fact. When Scott Snyder was writing when they did New 52, Scott Snyder wrote Swamp Thing. After he left Swamp Thing, Charles Soule took up after him. It was pretty good. And it was very good. Like I think he's very good.
Charles Soule is solely
he did Swamp Thing.
Marvel now, right?
Get the fuck out, Brandon.
Yep. God damn it. I'm solely about to leave.
All right. Justin, finish us up with what you're looking forward to.
Okay. Well, the one thing was the new Spider-Man team, whatever that was going to be, because we should know by the end of the month, because I believe the last issue of that story, like that go down swinging storyline, that's Dan Slott's last thing. I believe that's April, and so May's solicitation we should know by the end of the month, I'm imagining. But anyways, Justice League No Justice, which is the next thing after Metal. I guess Metal, whatever way Metal ends, kind of leads into this next event. And it's like 3 different teams, and when they kind of split the Justice League up, and they're all going to have their own teams, kind of. I think 3 or 4 of them are, at least. Like, I know Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman. I think Superman has his own team. I think there's 4, but
I think all 3 of them.
Yeah, because they're getting like a lot of other characters involved that haven't been released yet. And then the Hunt for Wolverine one shot, when basically they're explaining how Wolverine's back. So that'll be cool. And X-Men Second Genesis, which is actually the next part of Grand Design. Why are you shaking your head, Brandon?
So he's got his hand raised.
Oh.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm just damn. I was trying not to interrupt you. Go ahead, Justin. I'll just get my head just when you're done. Go ahead.
So see him lift his hand and like.
I didn't see it because I was looking at my phone. Actually, my phone had him covered. It was yeah. So X-Men Second Genesis is the next part of X-Men Grand Design. Basically, it's just not called Grand Design anymore. It's called Second Genesis for the 3rd and 4th book, which I think tells I believe it's the Phoenix Saga is like the next part of it. But anyways, and then DC Nation Zero is a 25-cent comic that comes out on the Wednesday before Free Comic Book Day, which in my head kind of doesn't make any fucking sense.
That should have been the free comic book.
It should have been the free comic book.
Well,
the paper comic quarter, but online it's free. So I don't know why. It's just like, why don't you just save your we're gonna lose a quarter on each of these books and give away for free? But it's 3 stories. It's a lead-in to Michael Bendis's Man of Steel thing. In a second, Tony, I'll let you go. And then there's a lead into that Justice League No Justice. And then the final thing is the Joker finds out about Batman and Catwoman situation. Yeah. And that is the part of it I'm really excited about, because the only thing we've seen of the Joker so far in Tom King's run is a flashback, kind of, because the War of Jokes and Riddles back, way back. This is current day Joker. So I'm curious of how he's going to get involved. I'm going to say in their wedding, because they're getting married. So
spoiler alert! Damn,
yeah, they're getting married in issue 50. So in July 4th. So this is supposed to be the start of kind of what's going on with that. And then my last number one thing I'm looking for is Flash War, because Flash is my favorite character currently. So he's like my Spider-Man for Brandon. But yeah, but basically Wally West, Kid Flash, and Flash are gonna have basically a war against each other for the mantle of Flash. So I'm really excited about that.
All right, Tony.
Actually, they already had the annual, and that was kind of the start of it, but it doesn't actually happen, I guess, till later, summer.
All right, Tony.
2 things. First one.
2 things.
Can I just say,
that's what we know that we have a podcast. 2 things.
2 things. First thing, Justin. I think Justin might be the only one who can corroborate this one. I'm gonna say the villain of the year, or the character of the year, is the Batman Who Laughs. That's a fucking crazy ass character. Brandon, I'll let you read the one shot I have of him. But you've both seen the one evil Batman that's like the Joker. Yes. That's a Jesus Christ. That's a fun character. Number 2.
I've actually meant to buy that one shot, but I keep forgetting to. I mean, I'm current on, or I haven't read number 5. Is that what?
That's the one that came out last week.
That's the last one, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't read that yet, but
Actually,
And
all
again,
the one shots for that, all like the Nightmare Batman, like the Red Death, and all those are all like really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, the Drowned was actually probably my favorite one, just because it was so fucked up. Although I guess the
Batman Who Laughs.
The Batman Who Laughs, that one was good too.
That is Jesus Christ. But number 2, I did another thing when I was on Twitter. I saw somebody made a point. Like this is the guy followed on Twitter. I listen to this podcast too, but like he owns a comic shop, and he was saying about like the DC Nation 25-cent thing. He was saying how like he's glad they're not doing the free comic book day. They're not making the free comic book day because like he's like, yeah, with free comic book day, you get a lot of people who just come and take it because it's free, and they won't come back. A lot of people that they're just taking don't come back. If you sell it for 25 cents on a Wednesday, like those are the people who are coming back. So they're gonna go. A lot of people who come to the comic shop normally they're gonna come back. So they'll go see, oh, this comic's 25 cents. Let me check it out, and they'll be the ones who come back. I think he said for his shop, a lot of people who just come there for the free comic books don't ever come back. They're just coming for free comics. They just hit free comics and they're just gonna get it. So that's what his reason for the 25 cents was. So I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a quarter. It's not like I'm like, oh God,
right?
I got to spend $50 and
quarter. I'm gonna get belly points with this,
right?
I don't have a quarter for this. Melissa's not gonna give me 25 cents,
right? All right. I think that is it for this episode.
Who's got recommendations? We got all types of fun stuff.
Yeah, I think Brandon's got to go to sleep.
Oh well, I assumed we weren't doing any music ones because we haven't really done. I haven't done one for the.
No, I was just giving Cal shit because we've all been talking, and I just see him just constantly just staring off, like, God damn it, Tony with another damn tangent.
Yeah, how did the comic one end up being like one of the longest ones?
I know, right?
I say that myself.
Well, it's time to wrap this up.
We're at over an hour, but Justin and I were on the thing for like half an hour before you guys.
I got on like 7:10.
Yes, you guys were.
Yeah.
So I've been on here for like 2 hours. So yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys can actually read some comics next year.
Yeah, I was reading X-Men Blue before we got on here.
Oh, there you go.
I had to take a nap.
Either way. So did we? I guess we don't really have anything about our new.
No,
look at that.
We'll do something next. We'll do like news next week and
announcements
because we still have to figure it out.
There's an announcement next week.
I do like Brandon's name. I will say that.
Oh, okay, good. I was actually going to ask you.
I do really, really like that name.
That's
it's definitely like you said it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I like that. And then like I was like, as I started like saying out loud, and I think like, yeah, I actually really like that now.
Okay.
Like it's our name.
Yeah. Like that's it.
That's it.
That's all we're gonna tell you. That's a tease. Till next time.
Now
it's called the Fabulous Freebirds.
The Fabulous Freebirds.
But the You Got Me Fucked Up For.
And just like Freebird, this podcast is still continuing to go on and on and on.
This is the podcast that never. Hey, something else I'm looking forward to. This.
Cool. Stop adding to the podcast. Damn, people aren't even going. Josh is trying to go to sleep.
Josh is like, you fuckers.
I know, goddamn.
Oh, I know.
Josh needs to play some Dying Light.
I know, Josh, play some goddamn Dying Light.
I know, Josh, play some Dying Light. My light's about to die right now.
What, Justin?
Thanos. That is something else. I'm looking forward to reading. Even though these all came out mostly last year, I'm looking forward to catching up and reading the new ones because supposedly it's real good.
Heard it was pretty good. All right, that's it. We're gonna end it. It's cut. Slice it.
I don't know why we bother. I ain't auto editing this.
I know you're not even doing audio. It doesn't even matter.